What is going on, you guys? Welcome to the Wrestling World podcast. As always, I'm your host, Austin Boyer, and today we will be giving our WrestleMania 40 predictions. But before we get into that episode, hit that like and subscribe button and go subscribe to my other channel, Coffee Talk with Anthony and Taylor. We're almost at 50 subscribers, so if you guys subscribe to that, that'll mean a lot. All right, guys. I haven't gave you guys my WrestleMania 40 predictions, so we're going to into that right now. Okay, so I'm going to start off with Jay versus Jimmy. Okay, big match, right? First time these two have ever had a match together. And everybody calls Jay Uso main event. Jay Uso for a reason, right? So it would be hard not to give Jay Uso this main event win. Now, we've seen brother versus brother several times. We've seen Team versus Undertaker, storyline brothers, but we've seen Matt versus Jeff, Owen versus Brett. So this is WrestleMania tradition right here. This is brother versus brother. This is something that they do a lot when it comes to WrestleMania. And being that this is the first time the Uso brothers have come face to face with each other, I gotta give it to Jay. They're trying to push Jay Uso as the main eventer. They're trying to push Jay Uso as maybe the next Roman Reigns in the near future. So being that his nickname is Main Event Jey Uso, being that they want to give him this big push, it's only fitting that they have him win at WrestleMania. So I'm going to give this win to Jey Uso. Makes sense, right? Next up, we have LA Knight versus AJ Styles. Big match. Guys, this card is huge, right? Big match after big match. The card is stacked. Now, again, this is LA Knight's first main event, just like Jay. So, and I don't think that LA Knight has had a main event win. I don't think that LA Knight's even had a match at WrestleMania before, other than maybe the Andre Giant Battle Royal. But being that WWE is so high on LA Knight, being that the fans love LA Knight, and we want to see him become a real champion. I love AJ Styles, but AJ Styles can take a loss and come back. So I'm going to give this win to LA Knight. You have to. You have to. Being that he lost last year's Money in the Bank, this is the perfect way to make up for it. LA Knight goes into this year's Money in the Bank ladder match and wins. This will set him up and gain him some momentum for the Money in the Bank coming up, whichever that may be. So I'm giving this one to LA Knight for sure. Next up, guys, we have Bianca, Naomi, and Jade Gargill versus Damage Control. Now, this is the first time that three African American women have main evented WrestleMania, and have been a part in a match like this. This is insane. This is perfect. This is amazing. Bianca Belair and Jade Gargill, those are two phenomenal women as it is. And being that this is Jade Gargill's first match, and I'm sure WWE is going to want to showcase Jade Gargill's talent. They're going to want to showcase her strength and how good she is. You got to give this match to Bianca, Naomi, and Jade Gargill. But I look for Jade Gargill to turn heel on Bianca, or Bianca turning heel on Jade Gargill. Not during the match, but sometime in the near future to set up Jade Gargill versus Bianca, which would make the perfect sense. You got to do that match. A lot of people have been waiting for that match. A lot of people on social media have been wanting that match. So it makes the perfect sense to do Bianca versus Jade Gargill at some point. We've seen Jade Gargill as a heel. A lot of people have been saying turn Bianca a heel. So you have to wonder what exactly is going to happen. What exactly is WWE going to do? What is their game plan? Who knows? But yes, for this match at WrestleMania, I'm giving it to the three ladies, Bianca, Jade Gargill, and Naomi. Next up, guys, we have Logan Paul, Kevin Owens, and Randy Orton. This will be a great match. If Logan Paul walks out of here with the U.S. title, That would be a big surprise. But then again, I could see WWE going that route and having him win a big match at WrestleMania against Kevin Owens and Randy Orton, being that he's younger, he's building himself up. But then again, WWE could always go the route of having Randy Orton win, which I can also see. So, being that it has been a while since Randy Orton has had a big win, I'm giving this one to Randy Orton. A lot of people are going to say Logan Paul, which I could also see. I'm just going to go on a limb here and say Randy Orton, guys, just because it's hard to bet against Randy Orton, especially in triple threat matches. We've seen him win time and time again. Go back and watch his legacy triple threat match with Ted DiBiase and Cody Rhodes. He won that as well. Um, so don't be surprised if Randy Orton walks out of here with the win, which could very well happen. But it's hard not to give it to Logan Paul. Like I'm saying, my mind says Logan Paul. Like my heart says Randy Orton, but my mind says Logan Paul, and it's very hard to bet against Logan right now. But I am being that Randy Orton is involved, so I'm giving this one to Randy Orton. Next up, we have um, Becky versus Rhea. This is one that I've been waiting to see for a while. So we know these two are extremely talented. We know these two have been on a tremendous run, both of them phenomenal talents. And now, if I have to pick between these two, you got to look at Becky's career and you got to look at Rhea's career. Rhea's reign as women's champion has been phenomenal, and a lot of people have been giving her a lot of crap for a lot of things. Saying her reign has been lackluster. So be it. But Rhea has done a great job. Becky's kind of climbed her way to the top. So I want to say that Rhea retains here, even though Becky has. Well, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna give Becky the win here. I'm gonna give Becky the win here. I think Becky will come out on top. Becky's went through Nia Jax. I don't think they're gonna have her go through Nia Jax for no reason at all. So yes, I'm gonna give this one to Becky for sure. So Becky, I'm picking Becky for this one. Both are phenomenal women. It can go either way, but you got to give it to Becky. Next up, we have Bayley versus Io Sky. I expect Bayley to walk out with the win. She won the Royal Rumble. She's going up against Damage Control after Damage Control betrayed her. You gotta give it to Bayley at this point. It's been a while since she's had a women's championship run, so Io Sky, in my opinion, she's had a pretty decent run, but Bayley's the big payoff here. Bayley should win this. Um, Mostly because of the way the story is playing out. You got Bayley turned up against Damage Control, but Bayley will come out on top. All right, we have the 6-pack tag team match. I'm not even gonna name all the names, guys. I'm just gonna tell you the winner. Miz, R-Truth, uh, big win here. These guys have had a a great run, a very comedic run. But these guys have also teamed in the past as the Awesome Truth, and they've never won a tag team championship. Now the Judgment Day is involved, and that's kind of been the big storyline here. Judgment Day and R-Truth and the Miz. I expect maybe something to happen between the Judgment Day. Maybe they split, but who exactly knows? But I will give it to R-Truth and the Miz. If not R-Truth and the Miz, then Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne, who have also climbed up the ranks. And Pete Dunne gaining his name back, which is a big deal going into a main event like this. And the fact that they're part of it, it could also mean that they can come out on top. So if they don't choose Miz and R-Truth, I'm going with Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne, who have been a phenomenal tag team thus far. Pete Dunne, an amazing talent. Since being in NXT, it's hard not to give it to Pete Dunne right now. All right, guys, we have Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins. This is going to be hard because not only do we have CM Punk on commentary, but he could also be involved in this match much more than we think. So it's going to be hard not to wonder what CM Punk is going to actually do. I don't expect him to sit on commentary the entire time. Being a CM Punk, I mean, come on. I'm going to give this one to Seth Rollins. Drew McIntyre has been on a kick, maybe overlooking Seth Rollins, talking about CM Punk the entire time, worrying little about Seth Rollins. So I'm going to give this one to Seth. I feel like CM Punk will get involved. He'll kind of, interfere in this match, costing Drew McIntyre the championship. That'll set up Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk. And we'll go that route. And that's probably what's going to happen because you look at this whole storyline. Drew McIntyre's been talking about Punk, not worrying about Seth Rollins at all. And CM Punk will get involved, costing Drew McIntyre the match, setting up McIntyre versus Punk, which has been kind of the story this whole time. Being that Punk is injured, he was out of the match, so it's only fitting that he does get involved and cost Drew McIntyre his championship. And then later on, after the McIntyre and CM Punk feud, I predict that we will have CM Punk versus Seth Rollins, which was what which was originally planned. So go that route. CM Punk gets that main event spot. Makes sense. You have to go with the most logical booking with all these matches, pretty much. That's my experience of years of watching pro wrestling, 20 years. So who knows? Next up, guys, we have Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins versus The Rock and Roman Reigns. Now, the stipulation is that if Cody and Seth lose, it is bloodline rules, but if they win, then the bloodline will not get involved. Either way, I think Cody's kind of screwed in this match because they're saying the bloodline can't get involved, meaning Solo, uh, Jimmy, Paul, whatever. But they didn't say that anybody outside of the bloodline couldn't get involved, because the bloodline has a large family, so it doesn't mean like Zilla Fatu or Jacob Fatu can get involved or anybody, making their debut. I'm sure WWE has something up their sleeve as far as surprises. But right now I'm picking The Rock and Roman to win that tag match, making it bloodline rules, making it impossible for Cody. And if Cody wins, that's going to make his victory even more sweeter, being that he was able to overcome the bloodline completely and come out on top and finish his story. Now, if he doesn't win this year's WrestleMania, guys, it's going to be hard. It's going to be very hard for people. It's going to be very hard for everybody to, kind of adjust to Roman Reigns possibly going on to, another year of being champion, which is going to be a major problem down the road. But for the tag team match, I'm picking Rock and Roman, being that Cody's story win, if he wins, could be that much sweeter if he's able to beat Roman. Going on to say, I beat Roman and the Bloodline in one night is a big deal. But and also being that this is The Rock's only match in WrestleMania this year, you got to give it to Roman and Rock for sure. But who knows? This can go either way. The Rock laying that beat down on Cody the other night. Who's to say Cody and Seth won't win? But making it more difficult for Cody, I am picking Roman and Seth to Roman and The Rock to come out and win that tag team match. As far as the main event, pretty much gave you my answer. I'm picking Cody, being that everything that could play out. The bloodline getting involved and everything else. I am picking Cody to win. It's hard not to pick Cody, being that he's won the Royal Rumble for 2 years in a row. He's made event at WrestleMania 2 years in a row. So if he wins, great. I'm all for it. If he loses, then this will be a waste of time, a waste of wanting Cody to finish the story. But who excuse me, who knows? But we'll see. Anyways, guys, WrestleMania is this Saturday and then goes on to Sunday and night 2. Be sure to check that out. Like and subscribe to this video. Well, like this video and go and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you guys soon, possibly Wednesday for another live. Who knows? Maybe we'll go live sometime this week. But have a good night, guys. God bless. I'll see you soon.